And I speak to him, he's like, hey, look, so I bought, and how you like it? I love it. Why don't you buy? The prices, they're gonna go up. I'm like, dude, man, you bought this house for 3.7, right? Now it's 2.7. Like, I don't know if he was scared that he's gonna be alone in that subdivision for the rest of his life or something like that. All right, folks, the builders are getting hit very, very hard, and the Canadian real estate market is touchable. So the dream of untouchable real estate in Canada is only a dream. Having said that, I picked this particular story because I have a timeline. I have a history with this builder. I have a history with this particular community, and I want to share with you what has happened with only a few years, right? So let us get right into the story. All right, so this particular subdivision, estate lots, beautiful half an acre, houses are starting from 3,000 all the way to 4,400 square feet. Stunning. I mean, you would want to be there. You would want to live here. However, it is south of Orangeville, which at the time, at the peak of the market, when the real estate market was booming, that was in need. Like that was like if you had something like that, everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted to exit. Everybody wanted to leave the city, and everybody wanted to buy that type of a property. So what has changed? So in 2021, right? I've spoken to the builder. I asked him, look, we can market it, we can do this stuff. For the 4,400 square foot home, they wanted $3.7 million, a quadruple car garage, so four spots, beautiful, stunning, right? Circular driveway and all of that stuff. However, even at the time, it seemed a little bit expensive, but buyers or clients were interested in the product. Right? Like he had more than 100 lots and all of that stuff. So the one thing that the developer said straight to my face is, I will not pay you any commissions. I said, why not? Why not? You guys cost too much money and all of that stuff, yada, yada, yada. Look, I can sell this on my own. I don't need anybody, period. Okay, no problem, right? Good luck, right? So fast forward, few years later, we're in 2025, and I drove towards Orangeville. I had something else to do, but I stopped by just to see the developments. He built a couple of model homes and all of that stuff. So I have seen 25% off. So these homes that were $3.7 million were somewhere around $2.7 million right now, right? Yes, he had some success. He sold some lots and some homes, obviously, right? In the meantime or whatever. But I looked at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, right? First of all, it seemed far, right? It seemed far from the city, right? I needed an hour to get there. So that was one. And in this current state, in this environment, it seems far, right? Even though at that time, maybe it didn't, because there was the need or want to be outside the city or to buy a property like that, right? Even though the prices were at the peak, the banks, I believe, were, giving the money away. They were kind of pushing the people towards that, right? So ongoing, everything was going fine. So having said that, now the same developer, the same builder is increasing the commission structure for me if I bring a client. I said, oh, okay, so why now? You know what I mean? If you're so sure, and if that Canadian real estate market is untouchable, and if the prices are not falling, and if everything is in line, why are you giving me the premium, right? So that was a little bit I'm thankful, obviously, but it was kind of strange, right? So it's just the change of hats. It is unbelievable, right? So okay, fine. So I went through these model homes and whatever, And what I have seen, you know, like obviously these are big homes. We're talking over 3,000 square feet. We're talking 4,000 square feet, you know, triple car garage, quadruple car garage, tandem garages with drive out to your backyard and whatever, like everybody's dream, right? However, you know, the finishes were, you know, not, they were like builder finishes just above the basic, like they were not premium, right? So if I would walk into a home of that caliber, like I would expect, you know, wainscoting, I would expect coffered ceilings, I would expect, you know, like a kitchen that has, you know, kitchen cabinets to the ceiling and stuff like that, right? So it more felt like an ordinary, you know, cookie cutter of empty walls of drywall. Was trying to save on every single angle and every single edge, like wherever they could save, they saved, and it showed, right? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so if you're in a struggling competing market, right, that some of you guys don't think it is, like, and I'll get into that in a second, right? But you know, like it was just so weird. Like, it had no appliances, it had no washer and dryer in the laundry room and stuff like that. So I was kind of like a little bit surprised, right? Like, if you're going and if you're paying close to $3 million, so what am I getting except the size, right? And please, some of your developers or builders or the know-how people, please comment, how much money do you need to build a home like that? Because this was empty. I'm telling you guys, it had average floors, it had average finishes, like, okay, so the living room had like high ceilings, like 18 feet, 16 feet or whatever, just drywall, you know, like, and if you have like, you know, 16, 18 foot ceilings, you know, with these windows, and then you have a fireplace that's like 5 foot tall, fireplace mantle, and an insert that's like 32 inches, just looks cheesy, man. It looks like, I'd rather not have it there. Like, why have it there if it looks like it belongs in a condo or a small townhouse? That's what it feels like, right? So I do understand that people are trying to, you know, save, and these builders are obviously becoming clever how to save and give less and take more. But how much would something like that cost? Like, is it 1.2 million to build? Is it 1.7 million dollars to build, right? So no wonder that the only push for stuff like that is obviously the market, the right conditions, right? Interest rates. During the pandemic, like I've spoke to so many people, and they said, look, like, you know, I made so much money during the pandemic, like so much, like I want that time to come back, right? Like, because I don't know what they did, but it just felt like it, right? So one guy told me, look, like we were charging any price or anything we wanted because we knew that we will get it, and that's it. Like, it's very simple, right? So getting back to this, that I was very surprised, and I don't know how to explain this to myself, right? So as I'm walking through the subdivision, like, you know, 80 lots are empty, right? Like, there's like maybe 20, 25, 30 homes built. 2, 3 of them are model homes. Some of these people obviously took possession and they took the keys and whatnot. And I'm assuming those are the people that bought it at the peak. They bought it for the full price. And as I'm walking, I had this guy walk out, and, you know, he wanted to talk to me and stuff like that. Like, I'm dressed up or whatever, just walking in the middle of the street because there's nobody there, right? And I speak to him. He's like, hey, look, you know, so I bought, and how you like it? I love it. You know, why don't you buy? The prices, you know, they're gonna go up. I'm like, dude, man, you bought this house for 3.7, right? Now it's 2.7. Like, I don't know if he was scared that he's gonna be alone in that subdivision for the rest of his life or something like that. But it like, he felt almost panicked Like, you know what I mean? He's like, buy. Like, I know he wasn't an agent or he had no associations with the developer or the builder, but it was just interesting to have that conversation with that person, right? Like, you know, so now it goes to show you, like, are these homes obsolete? Like, do we really have the future potential to sell these homes that are, you know, 4,000 square foot homes in Timbuktu, right? You know, south of Orangeville was not considered Timbuktu 5 years ago. Today, it maybe is. Everybody wants to come closer to the city. So is it a waste? Like, I'm not gonna say a waste, but do we have the caliber of clients? Because it seems like that this guy is sitting on these homes, right? And is just waiting, keeps reducing the price, keeps chasing his own tail. And even some people tell me, like, look, even at $2.7 million, it's way too expensive. These homes should be around, you know, 1.8 million, $1.7 million, right? And then on the other hand, and I don't mind it, like, don't get me wrong, like, I have these critics, right? Like, you know, that, oh, now is the bottom, you should buy now, and this is the right time, and you're out to lunch, and you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm out to lunch. Okay, why don't you call me and let me sell you this house? If you're that confident this market will move up, let me sell it to you right now. I'll give you a great deal. And if lunch is too much, let us go for breakfast. Let me sell you something for $1.2 million. You understand what I'm saying? So stop saying that I'm completely out to lunch and I'm completely wrong if you're not stating in the comments, if you're not explaining why I'm wrong, right? You just say, hey, look, you're doom and gloom and it sucks and yada yada yada, whatever you're saying. Like, I appreciate it. I'm not deleting your comments, they're right there. Like, I mean, you can read them, right? But I'm just saying, like, if you want to explain the situation to me, right, then in the comment write it nicely. Look, this is what I believe will happen, and let me think about it. Do you understand? Because I'm the person that's recording it, right? And I'm the person that has a particular view, right? I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I'm just giving my opinion. You do whatever you want to do. But listen, if you are saying that I'm wrong, then I want to see the reason why you are right. It is very simple, because I still believe that the pressure of the market obviously started, but it's not finished yet. I don't think we hit the bottom by any means. So I will leave you with this. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.